Good evening, Fiends. Are you ready? Let's get spooky.
Hello, Fiends. I just did it. We have a clapper, and then they both fucking clap. I have one job. They take my job away every time. Yeah. Hello, Fiends, and welcome back to another episode of
Let's Get Spooky.
I'm Vamp.
And I'm AJ.
And we are coming back from San Diego Comic-Con.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to talk convention things.
And other fun stuff.
I was like, and what else are we talking about?
I was like, wait, what else? Nope, that's it.
So we actually were talking about this at the convention. What year was it that we met?
We met at a San Diego Comic-Con. 2011.
That's crazy. It's so crazy because we were there and everything kind of still, it feels the same, but it doesn't.
Yeah, it feels the same, but different. It's obviously like way more crowded and way more insane. Like even just that amount of time, I feel like Comic-Con has grown so much.
Yeah. I was like doing math in my head.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, how many years is this? It's just a long time.
14.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That is what. Wait, is it 14?
25.
Oh, yeah.
Minus
yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild.
2, 5 minus 1, 1. Yes, 14. Yeah, but it's, oh no, I just opened another tab. It's crazy to think how we would do Comic-Con before.
Mm-hmm.
We would get there. So if you're not familiar with San Diego Comic-Con, there's a preview night, which is like a half day. And then there's
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
We would get their preview night and we would do stuff every hour.
Every single day.
Of every con.
Wake up early, get there early, stay there till it closed.
And do stuff after hours, like parties all night. There was 1 year that this was like at the very beginning. This was before we used to stay down there. We would drive in and it was like a Friday night. We did the whole con. We went to an after party or like multiple after parties. And then we were like, shit, we got to go home. And we get to the parking garage and we're like, oh no, like I think it's closed. Like, what do we do? And it wasn't the time of like, we had phones and stuff, but it wasn't like the internet and everything where you just access people at all times. So we had to wait till it opened, get in the car, drive home. I'm pretty sure it was like 6 in the morning, 5:30 in the morning. Maybe it was 6 because I think that's when they opened. Yeah. And we got home, took showers, ate something, got back in the car and drove back to San Diego and did another day, another like 2 days. It was freaking nuts. Ask me to do that now.
Oh, no.
Absolutely not. We did party the San Diego Comic-Con. You convinced me to go out with you.
I know. I finally got Leanna to come and hang out at Mosh Isley, which is one of my favorite events now of San Diego Comic-Con. It's between, like, pretty much the only reasons why I go. If I'm not going for work, the only reasons why I go is for Richard Walker Pancake House.
True.
Which is really good breakfast.
I missed it this year.
Down the street. I almost don't want to say it because sometimes the line gets a little crazy. And I'm afraid if I like oversell it.
It's kind of far though because people.
It's like next to that little museum,
library museum or whatever it is. But the wait, I feel like we've never been there with a wait shorter than 30 minutes. And you like stand in line outside. I would say Comic-Con weekends it's usually like 45 minutes to an hour depending on when you go. But they're only open till
2:30, I think.
Yeah,
because it's like only breakfast. Yeah,
it is so worth it. I would wait an hour in that line, like no question.
They have those like. I think it's like baked pancakes and they get like giant and they're just like dense. That's what Matt gets. I get a waffle with strawberries and whipped cream, which is like kind of basic, but it's like so good there.
She's a creature of habit, literally gets the same. I feel like we all get the same thing. I get the baked pancake. I do the apple pecan one.
Ooh, that sounds good.
So there's an apple one and a pecan one.
And then there's also just a cinnamon one.
And a cinnamon one, but I always get the apple one and ask for pecans, so I basically make my
remix
custom. It's totally
just
worth
go there and ask for the Leanna. But
if only I was so powerful to have my own baked pancake on the menu.
But yeah, Mosh Isley is ran. They do it at different conventions, or sometimes it's like not connected to a convention. I think they did like one for May the 4th and stuff, but it's basically an emo night where they just play like early 2000s emo music, and everyone dresses up like nerdy, kind of Star Warsy, and it's so fun. It's ran by a group of really awesome people, and it's just a lot of fun. They've created like this little community that's just people who all love the same music, are all into like the same kind of stuff, and there's something like really special about being in like a crowded room, just like singing at the top of your lungs, like Taking Back Sunday and My Chemical Romance and Jimmy Eat World and stuff.
It was really fun for me, and it took me a second to kind of get, because I'd never done it before. I heard about emo nights, but I haven't been to one, so I didn't really know what to expect. So we get there, and I'm like, wow, there's a lot of like Star Wars people, which we know from the conventions. So that wasn't weird to me. But then the event starts, and I was like, wait. Okay, so there's like people on stage, but like they're like lip syncing, because it's not like, it seems like it would be like a performance, like there would be a band up there, but it's not. There's a DJ that's like doing all the songs. But the one thing that I have to say that I really liked is everyone, my favorite part was looking around when it was like Paramore, like chick songs, and all of the dudes in that place were singing, screaming at the top of their lungs. They knew all of the words, and I was like, this is fucking hilarious, and everyone is having so much fun. And another thing that I loved is they encouraged everyone, like, if you are having fun, come on the stage. If you want to show off your costume, if you just want to sing and dance. So they were encouraging like crowd participation. And I mean, the vibe was just so like high energy from the first song to the last song. Yeah. And
it's like midnight, and you don't realize how late it is, because I kept saying like, oh, we don't have to stay the whole time. Like, I know it's your guys' first one. Like, usually I close them out because, like, you just get lost in it and you just have so much fun.
It was 3 hours.
It's 3 hours.
People were going hard for 3 hours. And there was no, like, okay, we're going to take a break. Like, the people on the stage would go and, like, I'm sure drink water and take a break. Yeah. But the crowd did not take a break. There was maybe one moment where I looked around where it looked like maybe people had gone to the bathroom. But for the most part, it was probably longer than 3 hours, because we left. I looked at her and I was like, hey,
my car's going to get towed.
We got to go get the car. I did not want to repeat previous years. I was like, my parking ends at this time. Like, we have to get the car. It said it's going to get towed. And AJ looks at me and she's like, it was the last song.
It was the last song. I'm like, just one more.
And she said, if it gets towed, we'll take you home tomorrow.
I'm like, I'll take you home tomorrow. We have an extra bed. You can sleep in the extra bed.
She was like, I don't give a shit. I'm not leaving. We're staying until it's over.
And it was perfection.
It was a great ending song too. It was. I had way more fun than I anticipated. I was really tired and 100% ready to go home. And she's like, we should go. And then our friend Justin was like, yeah, you should come. And I hadn't seen him for a while, so we went and we had a great time. Yeah. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
If you're ever at a con or around a place where they're doing it, I would highly recommend it. It's really fun.
I think, oh gosh, they told me which one they're doing next, but I think there's one in Orlando pretty soon. Like MegaCon, I think that's an Orlando convention. And then there's one directly after it, like a week after.
Yeah, and you can find them. They're just at Mosh Isley on Instagram, social media and stuff. So typically when we find or do a new topic, we talk about movies and shows. This is kind of a unique situation because it's not really like, I mean, it's like spooky, but it's kind of more nerdy. And thinking about movies and shows that are based around conventions, there are like documentaries and some movies and like shows like Big Bang Theory where they like really revolved a lot of it around nerds at Comic-Con. I
think I only saw one horror movie that I'd never seen. It looked more like an indie film.
Yeah. I couldn't find any that were in the horror space. Yeah. There was a couple documentary styles which had covered conventions, and they covered some horror conventions, but it wasn't like a movie based around a con. But there was a show, and this was from 2015 to 2017. It was called Con Man. And it was essentially, it was some of my friends, Nathan Fillion's in it, Alan Tudyk's in it. I have a list because there's so many people that are in it. Mindy Serling, Casper Van Dien, Nolan North, Amy Acker, Felicia Day, Lou Ferrigno, Sean Astin. And it was like everybody that was friends in that world were on that show. I was in one episode. I played Lady Fett. It was like we were doing like a costume contest, and I was in it for like a couple minutes. But it was essentially following Alan Tudyk's character and Nathan Fillion's character, and Nathan's character is like an A-list celebrity. He just came off a show. It was kind of like their real lives. It's based a lot on their real lives, and documenting them experiencing what happens at Comic-Cons. And there's lots of gems of experiences at Comic-Cons, and it was a comedy. It's very funny. Again, it aired on Sci-Fi. I think it streamed on a couple different platforms, and then it was on Sci-Fi in 2017, and you can still find it now on Pluto TV and I believe Prime as well. There's 2 seasons, and it's really funny. If you have ever been to a Comic-Con, there's so many things that you'll be able to relate to. And you'll see it from like the fan perspective, from the guest perspective. It's totally worth the watch. And you can watch all of it. Maybe not in one sitting, but it's all available to us. You don't have to wait for anything. So yeah, what about top conventions? Or you had like activations, like cool spooky activations,
one
right?
thing that's really cool about San Diego Comic-Con is because it's so big, a lot of movie studios go there, and they'll do like, they'll do like the Hall H panel and things like that. But usually on top of that, they'll do something like extra, either an activation, which is like, they'll have a bar that's themed like their movie, and like just something that people can like an interactive experience that people can do to get them hyped for the movie.
And they're usually off-site, so a lot of those, I feel like the off-site thing where you don't need a badge is kind of newer, because I feel like at the very beginning, didn't you still need a badge?
I feel like they would still
stuff?
yell at you and ask for your badge, but now like I saw a ton of people this year. I don't know what it was about this year, but I feel like on social this year, people were like, yeah, I took the train down to San Diego Comic-Con. I didn't have a badge, but they were able to, as long as you like wait in line, which sometimes the lines can get extreme. Like I heard one of them was like a 3-hour wait, and I'm like, that's wild.
For what?
I think it was like a Percy Jackson something or another.
Oh, that would make sense. There was our friends off. Mike's like, yes. I did. I don't know what it was, but I saw
apparently
a lot of people.
You got a really nice water bottle at the end. That's all I know.
Okay. That's fair.
I don't know what it was.
People will wait 3 hours for a really nice water bottle. I wouldn't, but people would.
Sorry, I can't wait in line that long. But yeah, so they'll be like, and some of the stuff will be like big. I think King of the Hill had like a barbecue fest this year where you can go and you can get barbecue and stuff. Like they'll have something big like that, or there'll just be little things,
or like walkthrough,
like
stuff.
Little walkthrough things, or just like characters like walking around. A couple of my favorite ones in 2017, when It Chapter 1 came out, they had people dressed as like Georgie in like the yellow raincoat with a red balloon, and they would just kind of like stand there. So like you're like looking at them and you're like, what the heck is going on?
What do I do?
What do I do?
Yeah.
They'll so they would like stand there, they wouldn't say anything. So you'd like try to talk to them, they wouldn't say anything, they just kind of stare at you, or they would be kind of like sitting off by themselves just holding the balloon.
I didn't do that one. Did you get anything like what?
I don't think so. Matt kept going up to poor Matt kept going up to him because he was so interested to see like if anything was going to happen. But nothing. They were just kind of like creepily standing around.
So it was like more for the photo video opportunity, like just to get content of them, which I think is cool. One of the ones that I remember, and this is not really, it's like spooky adjacent, it's really not like scary, was the Blade Runner one. Do you remember that one? That was
yes, that was one I was so sad I missed out on.
It was, I don't remember how many years ago.
Blade Runner 2049. When did that come out?
So cool. You go into this like theater and you see like whatever, like the little preview that they're previewing, and then the wall like it like opens up and then you walk into Blade Runner. Like it was the coolest thing, and it was, I feel like for me, the one that was the most immersive. And so then when you went in, you got stuff like you could like, there's shirts, there was posters. It wasn't anything like substantial. There was like food and there was a bar you could sit at. But it was more for the experience, and it was raining. Like you walked through the water. Like it was super well done. But the line for that was hours. Like we didn't wait hours. I somehow talked my way through the media people. I was like, listen, if you let us in, we're gonna blah 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 blah. And she was like, okay. And then so we did it, and then we went back with another group, and she was still there, and I was like, hey, listen, if you let us in, we're gonna. And we got to do it twice, and it was really cool. But that same year there was like a cool Westworld one. I didn't do it, but you got a really sweet cowboy hat then. I wish I did it because I wanted that cowboy hat.
That sounds cool. Actually, I think Matt did. I think
the Westworld
I think
one?
that was one that, I don't know if it traveled, but he did one of those in New York.
Okay.
And it was like a full interactive like experience thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the same or if they just contracted them to do that.
We did the
at
one,
Comic-Con.
this is spooky. It was Purge. Remember, it was like Purge City or Purge something, and you got to like shop and you got Purge dollars.
It was so cool. It was called Purge City. So
Like
it's
Party City.
Like Party City.
Right.
So you would go in, they would give you Purge dollars, and you could use that to get like T-shirts. They had merchandise. They had a 12-hour Purge candle. So it's like you know, those skinny kind of like prayer candles, like you
the dollar store
light it.
candles.
Yeah. And then they also had another thing that was really funny is they had people pretending to be like sales, like they're showing off a product, and this is the product that will like help you get blood out of your shirt. Right. So like they would do
infomercial,
like
type stuff,
infomercial style, like, you know, OxyClean style.
Yeah.
Like
that
they
was really fun.
That was fun. They would like put like fake blood all over the shirt, and they'd be like, this is how, like, you know, it was really fun. That one was definitely a favorite one for me.
I did talk my way into that one too. I was like, hey, listen, this line is very long.
I love Leanna's, hey, listen.
Because again, I'm not above waiting in a line. I'm not. I don't mind it. But when you don't 100% know what you're going to get out of it, I'm not. And it was a Sunday. I do remember it being a Sunday and us being
we
like,
ran around to like a couple different things.
And I'm like, if we don't walk out of this waiting in a line with like something worth it, I'm going to be like just really upset. Probably not going to do anything about it, but in my mind I'll be upset. So I just always ask, what's the worst that they could say is
they
no.
say no, and then you go, okay.
Yeah, and then we're like, okay, bye, see you later. Or if we really want to do it, wait in line. But I've learned to ask, and usually it works. So not always.
Not always, but sometimes.
And then it's very exciting when it does.
Another one where it's like people kind of like hanging out around was when The Nun came out. They had
see that either.
This one was really cool. It was a similar thing to the It one, but they had like people dressed as nuns, but they had like their face like blacked out,
so
they
you can't
had
tell like who's real.
So you can't tell who it is, and they would just like follow you, and they had these little prayer cards, and on the front it had the nun, who looks like Marilyn Manson to me, and then on the back
on the front it's Marilyn Manson,
and on the front it's Marilyn Manson. I literally was looking at a photo of it because I'm like, I don't remember what was on the back of the card, and Matt looked over and he's like, what are you talking about, Marilyn Manson this week? And I'm like, no. But like, yeah, they would hand you
like information about the movie, or
it had the Hail Mary in Latin.
Okay.
And then it had, this dates at 2018, so it had like a snap code on it, so that was like back when, like, you know, Snapchat
there's
was
probably like a
giant.
Snapchat filter where you
something
could be the
like
nun
that
or whatever.
Yeah,
I think they did that for the premiere of that movie too. They had those same, it was probably the same outfits where they were standing on the carpet and you didn't know like who was real, and they were scaring people, which I like that because it's like a little mini haunt sort of situation. I'm trying to think of any other really cool ones. Oh, Cameron, what was the one that we used to do for The Walking Dead at Petco Park, and it was the obstacle course?
Oh,
what was that called?
I did do a zombie walk for a while. That was like a fan one.
Walk. Was it the zombie run? Because I remember there was like that actual like. I think that's more closer to it. Yeah, it was like a zombie run. So it was at Petco Park. You never did it with us, right?
No,
I made Ainsley do it with us.
I heard run and I said,
no, absolutely not. So it was essentially like an obstacle course at Petco Park. I took it as, it's Comic-Con. It's not going to be hard. Like, they can't make us actually run, right? It's going to be more of like it's a zombie run.
Yeah.
Walk at your own pace. No, we get there, and this was, I feel like, the very first year they did it. They did it for maybe 2 or 3 years, and then they just stopped doing it. I'm not sure why. So the very first year, I was in a Han Solo outfit, I believe, with like monster stacked boots, like goth boots. I had my like my belt with the holster and the blaster in it, and like, of course, it was like
you don't want to be running.
You can't even walk in that outfit.
Yeah.
And so we get there. They're doing the intro, and it's like the host is basically telling you what to do, but it's like a military guy screaming at you, and then they give you the rundown of what's going to happen, and then they're like, go, 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 but like screaming at you. And then the zombies come after you. And the first year, I think I did it by myself, and Cameron he did it with me, but he was filming me. So we also didn't anticipate like, okay, I have to do it. And now he has to chase me with the camera.
Oh my God.
I was dying at the end. I was so sweaty. I made it. I think the zombies could like get you, but they didn't get me, and probably on purpose because we had a camera. So they were like trying to make me look good, but I would have not survived that zombie run. And then I did it another year. And I made our friend Ainsley, I mean, she was a child. I made her do it with us. And she kind of was like, she was anticipating what I was, is like, oh, this is going to be like a leisurely stroll.
Yeah,
and it was
like,
not.
oh,
and
please.
It was like through the levels of Petco Park.
Oh, that's no.
It
So-
got more intense the next year where it was like American Gladiator shit.
Dude, it was hard. Like there was things
Like
that
obstacle course style?
Yeah, like you had to like climb shit and go under shit. And meanwhile, people are chasing you. They're all bloody. It was really fun. I remember it being really fun, but it's also San Diego. And those years, it was so hot.
So hot.
And just, if you didn't have to do anything afterwards, which those are the times where we had hotel rooms and we can go and like change and shower and all that stuff. But yeah, it was intense. More than a leisurely, like, let's take some photos
Just
with
a
Georgie
little, this is
activation.
fun. Yeah.
I feel like that was probably the craziest, right? Probably like the craziest activation sort of thing that was physical effort, not just like showing up. We did one year the FX.
Yeah.
Remember they had like all the spooky FX shows, What We Do in the Shadows.
They had a American Horror Story one.
Yeah.
The only thing that was like sad about that, because they had this really cool looking like tea party on like a
we could
table.
sit down, yeah.
But everything was glued down because like, you know, if you're going to go, they had like actors going around and they look like creepy dolls.
Yeah.
So like, you know, you want to take a photo where you're like holding up the tea thing and they would literally yell at you like, don't touch that.
Yeah. Well, okay, they do that for a reason because
Like I know
they
people
do.
think
This
to
is
leave.
a PSA to all of you out there. They do it because everybody's an asshole. And they can't be trusted to just be nice and not steal things and not break things.
because the teacups did have like AHS on it, American Horror Story under it.
Oh, that shit would have been
So people
gone.
would have been stealing that.
That would have been in that
right
big
away.
ass Comic-Con bag, like the first round
I
of
guess.
people.
Fine.
You just had the vagina bush.
Oh, there.
Oh yeah, they had
does he call
they
the-
had Laszlo's like
topiary. Is that what it's called?
topiaries. Yeah.
And it was just a big bush that looked like a vagina.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was something else there that was. Oh, we got a bottle of hot. Do you remember what the hot sauce was for?
It was an
Was it a different
animated
show?
show. It was like an animated I don't know. I don't think it was Rick and Morty, but it was something, because I don't think that's on FX. That's on.
There was some show at the end, and we got a bottle of hot sauce, and the hot sauce was really good. I probably still have it. It's probably expired.
It's probably expired,
For
but yeah,
sure.
I
It's
think
for
I
sure
definitely
expired.
have it still in my cupboard still.
So you find out what it is, because
I'll go
eat
home.
it as a dare.
yeah, we'll bring it back. It's like 4-year-old hot sauce. I mean, I feel like, does hot sauce really go bad? Probably.
It probably just gets hotter.
I mean, don't listen to me. I drink coffee with mold in it.
That's
so
true. She's not
I'm
the one to trust.
ask. This year's activations, I didn't really see anything. Normally, I'm like on the hunt for things. I didn't really see too much spooky stuff this year.
The only one that I was sad that we didn't go try was the Clown in the
Clown in the
Cornfield.
Cornfield. Yeah, Shudder did have that whole
Because
thing.
apparently it was like a Horror Nights kind of like
Yeah.
haunted house where they're all coming after you, and it sounded like there was like fun little Easter eggs in it and stuff. So I'm kind of sad
Yeah, I saw
we didn't try that one.
some stuff. They had like the because they're celebrating Founders Day in the movie, so they had like that. It seemed like it was like a festival kind of wow, I'm choking vibe. So yeah, I'm bummed. I just feel like it's also there's so much going on.
It's so overwhelming.
It is so overwhelming. I had some work Thursday. We came back Friday, and it was from the parking structure or the parking which we parked a couple blocks up. By the time I got into the convention, I was already like so spent. You know, just from
like dodging people.
like getting through the streets, not getting hit by cars. People are screaming, people are yelling. Like, it's all in good fun, but it's very overwhelming. So if you've never done it and you have the urge, I would really recommend it. It's a beast of its own, but be prepared for taking breaks, making sure you eat, stay hydrated.
Yeah, I think if you plan well, like if you're smart and you look ahead and you're like, okay, these are the things that we would like to do, but then also know that there's a very good chance that you're probably only going to do like half of it.
Right.
So I think
that, yeah.
planning ahead, like being easy on yourself. Don't go like too hardcore.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, the last day when we were leaving, someone was being picked up in an ambulance. And it's like, so just like, I think it's just like, take it easy, have fun, don't be too hard on yourself.
Yeah.
Drink water.
There's things that are super cool to do, but it's not like
the end of the world if you don't see it.
You can also, with social media now, I feel like you can live through a lot of the things. If you didn't get to experience it and you wanted to see it, you can see what it was like through other people's social media posts. What else do we have? So I have a couple horror conventions that I feel like, I mean, horror conventions have been around forever, but I feel like there was one called ZombieCon. It was in Seattle in 2010. It was very small. It was like in a hotel ballroom sort of situation. I don't honestly know how many years. It did go on for a couple of years, but we did it the very first year. And we were trying to figure out, I was like, when was that? And I told Cameron, I was like, it was when The Walking Dead came out, because
that was a long time ago.
They had John Bernthal and Norman Reedus were like the main guests there, but that show hadn't come out yet. So this convention was the weekend of the first episode of The Walking Dead, which was Halloween of 2010. It came out on October 31st, and this was the 29th, the 30th, and the 31st, the convention. So everyone's hanging out. And granted, I mean, John and Norman are like big A-list celebrities, so they've been in a bunch of other stuff, but no one really knew them for The Walking Dead. It hadn't come out yet. So everyone's just kind of hanging out, having a good time, and little did everyone know that after that weekend, they would be like some of the top names at cons for many, many years. I want to say decades,
I mean,
but not
till even
decades.
today. I mean,
Until
Norman
recently.
Reedus walks around and it's like people. It's mobbed. He gets mobbed.
And if you haven't seen the episode that I did with Norman Reedus, it is on letsgetspooky.com. Shameless plug. Also, another one, this is a highlight. It was TerraCon in Rhode Island. I don't remember the year. Probably a couple years after that. And Kane Hodder was one of the guests there. And I didn't know this about Kane, but if you go up to him and you say, hey, can I get a photo with you? Can you do the choke? I was like, if I'm getting a photo with Kane Hodder, I'm going to ask him to do the pose, right? But he doesn't just like...
He doesn't... I'm doing it for a photo.
No, he like actually does it. And I just remember I was like, as it's happening, like try not to freak out, because I don't want the photo to look like I'm freaking out. But I think that's kind of the point, because then you get the most epic photo, because you're like, holy shit, this man is joking. Not really, but like he applies pressure to make it feel authentic. And I learned very quickly, everyone was like, oh yeah, you didn't know that? If you ask him, he's going to actually do it. And I was like, no, I did not. But I'll have to find the photo, because it's a great photo. What other ones? Do you have any other highlight conventions that you've done?
I don't know if I have like a highlight convention, but like moments, like one that always like will be forever in my soul is meeting Matthew Lillard at CreepyCon.
Creepy. I would say CreepyCon, but Creepy. Yeah,
one of the two. I think it's interchangeable. Yeah. But seriously, like I stood in line and I was like doubting it.
Listen, she will stand in line.
I will stand in line for Matthew Lillard. I will 100% stand in line. Now knowing what I know, I'll do it all over again.
Would you? That's
100%. Like that just tells you.
You had to sign something, right?
Yeah. So I like getting my I collect VHS. In case this is the first episode you're seeing, I love collecting VHS, and I also love getting like the people who are in the movies or worked on the movies to sign the covers. So I have Scream is like my top title. You know me. I love Scream. Scream is my favorite horror franchise. Everyone is a banger. I don't want to see anyone, shaking their head in disagreement behind the cam.
I know.
But I will say I love it. Everything about it. Anyways, so when it comes to VHS, that's like the one title that I collect like everything. I have like, the first Scream came out in different variations, different languages. Widescreen. I just recently got like my holy grail item, which they came out with a Scream box set, which came with the commentary VHS and then the widescreen version. And then because like, Scream is very phone heavy, it came with like a phone card.
Oh, that's cool.
And it comes in like this really fancy clear box. And it was one of those items that I'm like on eBay is like easily almost $400.
Is it an old thing? Okay, so you found the old. Okay.
So I went to Video Hero. Shout out to the homies at Video Hero, and they had it, and they didn't have it for like an insane price. And I'm like, this is my moment. This is it. I got it, and it's like literally. Anyways, ranch
She has
over.
a shrine.
So I have a
light,
shrine.
A sound when
it's
you
like
walk
the
by
most beautiful
it.
thing. But I have a copy of Scream that I'm getting like, you know,
accumulating the signatures.
Yeah, the cast. So I stood in line and I got Matt to sign it, and he like it's amazing. So the line is long, but he arrived to do his signing, and he went down the line, gave everybody a high five, and thanked everyone for being there.
Yeah.
He also has like a special thing where it's like if a child is coming to meet him, they cut the line because he doesn't want a kid waiting in line to see him, which is amazing because he was in Scooby-Doo. So like all these kids are like going up to him and being, and now Five Nights at Freddy's. So like there's a lot of like kids that are so hyped to meet him.
Yeah. We took our nephew, and because he was a huge fan of Five Nights at Freddy, and he was so kind to him, and it was like so sweet just to see. He's
amazing.
He knows what he's there for,
Yep.
and he truly gives everyone the moment. I have another story to tell you after this, but you continue.
Yeah. Liam actually came with me too.
Yeah.
And both of us, he came up.
He was so excited.
Put his hands on my shoulders and he looked into my eyes. And he healed my soul. In that moment, like I was like, everything is right. Everything is right in the world. He is so nice. I told him how much I love SLC Punk, and that's probably part of the reason why I have blue hair today. And he was just so nice. Even though like you know, I paid for a signature, he still like hugged me, spent the time to like say hi. He even like spent time like talking to Liam
with our
and
friend
stuff.
Liam, yeah, because he knew. And Liam's so shy. Both of us. He wanted to go so bad, but he's not the kind of person that's like, I'm going to go talk to someone. And if you didn't take him with you, he would have never gone by himself. So thank you for doing that. But
I also thanked him. I'm like, thank you for coming with me because I was by myself and I would have been like so scared. So like both of us were like emotionally supporting each other. But then once we got to the front and he literally looked into our eyes, we were like,
oh,
it was great. So yeah, if you ever are like, if you're on the fence about like spending the money to like do it, especially for him, I think it's like totally worth it.
So I had a question for you, but you almost kind of like answered the question. I was going to say, have you ever been excited to meet someone? Maybe you watched them growing up or they were in something that you just genuinely dug, and then you did, and then you wished you didn't. And this is definitely not that example, but for me, I won't name names because I don't want to talk shit on anyone, but that has happened to me. I've had the opposite. We've both had the opposite experience. And what I will say is, listen, if you are at a convention and you have a line of people, even if you have a line of one, whether you have a line of 100, 1,000, 10,000, or just one person, that means that one person looks up to you and is genuinely so excited to meet you, whether they want to buy something from you, say hello, give you a high five, or just like nod their head at you, whatever it is.
Yeah, anything.
Don't be a dick.
It's not hard.
It's not hard. And when I've experienced, it's been with an actor. An actor, your job, it's in the name. Acting. You play pretend. Like just play pretend for those hours that people are throwing money at you. And it blows my mind the amount of times that I've experienced it. It hasn't been so many, but the stories I've heard from other people were like, I was so excited to meet them and they were just an asshole. Now I don't want to watch anything that they were in. And kindness takes a lot of energy. Like for Matthew Lillard to treat every single person like that is a tremendous amount of energy. And
unless he's like a hardcore extrovert and he like, you know, that kind of interaction like, you know, charges his battery. If not, I bet by the end of it, he's probably like crashed out, like tired just with how much time he spends with each person.
And I think that even if it does charge your battery, it's still equally exhausting. You just handle it differently. And I've seen it happen to other people where you're like, oh man, this isn't going well. And you're just like, you want to like telepathically tell that person like, just be grateful. And it's not all the time. And I get that everyone has a bad day and sometimes people deserve a second chance. And I'm wholeheartedly agree with that. Like maybe you caught them on an off day, but I've also had that where I was like, okay, I'm going to give them another chance. And they're still shitty. And I'm like, okay, I'm writing you off. But yeah, I feel like that. I feel like I want to out everyone, but I don't want to deter anyone from having their own experience.
Yeah, that's
for the chance that it could be good.
Yeah, because the thing is I will say I did have one experience that was just like that where it completely, I was so in love with this actor. Like this was like when I was like growing up. And then I
was
had
it at a con that you met them? Okay.
It was like, so San Diego Comic-Con, we weren't even at the con. We were like over by like where like the Hard Rock, not the hotel, the restaurant used to be.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a while
bit of ways,
away.
yeah.
So it's like there were
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. There weren't any crowds around us, so it's not like him stopping to like take a photo with me or at least be like, like it's nice for half a second was going to cause a scene because there was no one else around.
Yeah.
Completely ruined it. Movies that he's in, like even movies, like there's a movie that he's in that's by my favorite director that I love. I could barely watch it because I'm just like, ooh, he's such a dick. Yeah. And I've heard other stories that say that he's not nice. But at the same time, I will say everyone else that I have met, like Edgar Wright, I met him. I got to tell him that he's one of my favorite directors. So nice. Guillermo del Toro, like
we talked. I think you've told this story about
multiple times. I've met him, and he is
for everyone.
So kind. Like, I went to go see Nightmare Alley at one of the theaters that I really love to go to, and outside he stood at his car, and there was a line, and he was signing everyone's stuff. He was having genuine conversations with everyone, and he is just so nice. And then they're like, we have to cut off the line. He goes, but there's just a few more people. Aww. And he signed my poster, and that happened a second time. I had my Devil's Backbone VHS, and they're like, oh, we have to cut it. He has to go to another screening. So they literally were like, we have to go. So I was just like, wait, because I could see him in the car. Mm-hmm. So I just waved, and he saw my VHS, and he was like, anything for Devil's Backbone. Get her over here. And cool. I ran over, and it was just like so nice.
Yeah.
They're great. Who else is really nice?
I feel like I'm trying to, I only have like one or two people that kind of rub me the wrong way. Well, two. And they're like big celebrities. And I'm like, you should know better.
Yeah.
Everyone's watching you. Like, no, just kidding. I have three. Two that I was like really bummed about. And one that I was like, I knew you were a little shit. Just confirm that you're a little shit.
We all know who I love so much.
I mean,
Matt's twin.
Oh, Matt's twin, Elijah Wood.
Matt's so twin. Nice. Literally, and then I got, my brain like literally went dead. And I
didn't ask you a question and you were just like silent.
I'm like, I just want to let you know that the faculty got me into horror movies. And he's like, that's so great. And I was like, can you sign? And this was during the writer's strike and the actor's strike. So I'm like, you could totally say no. I totally understand if like you can't do this right now.
Because they're not supposed to be.
Maybe he's not supposed to,
right.
But we weren't at a convention. We went to actually go see,
and he's signing his name. He's not signing.
So he was super nice. He was like, no, for sure. And then like, I think I told him in that small interaction 3 separate times, I just want to let you know the faculty got me into horror movies, and he's
like your brain.
Okay, we get it.
As you say it the third time, he's like, and the faculty got you into.
And let me guess, the faculty got you into horror movies. And I'm just like, I didn't want to like do the and because it's the faculty got me into horror movies and Short Kings because like that's basically when I became obsessed with him.
Wait, so you didn't say and Short King?
No, I didn't want to make it awkward.
That's the only thing you needed to say. Missed opportunity. So next time,
he's so nice.
You're gonna say his
eyes are so blue.
In the video, it's just AJ's gonna disappear, and it's just a photo of Elijah Wood like zooming into his piercing blue eyes.
And then I just couldn't stop thinking about. Have you seen that photo of him on the scooter?
No.
It's the best photo. I forgot. I think it was at like a fest, like a movie fest or something like that. And it's him and he has a cigarette and he's on the little scooter and everyone, it's one of those photos that they edit into a bunch of different scenarios. Yeah. It's great.
I'll like, bring it up. Yeah, we're going to add that also into this. What else? So I have,
I think you have some personal stories.
I do have some personal stories. I have a couple, but I feel like we might not have time for all of them. So
one of them sounds really interesting that I feel
one?
like you snocking one.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to start with the funny one and then I'll go to a little bit of a darker one and then we'll end with a funny one. So I was actually texting my friend because we did a convention somewhere in Texas. It was like a horror convention. And it was a newer one. So it was busy, but there was like a lull time. So there's times where it would kind of slow down. And so me and my friend Christina, our booths were, we were like right next to each other, right? We weren't back to back. We were right next to each other. And there was this one kid and he was just really excited. He was really excited. Anytime he would go meet someone, first he started off meeting us. Mm-hmm. We had conversations. He expressed his excitement. A younger kid, he talked to me, he talked to Christina, he talked to me, Dr. Christina. anytime he would go talk to anyone else, he would come back and tell us what he did, or I bought this, or he would get us stuff
like hourly updates.
Yes, probably more than hourly. So you had to make
every 5 minutes.
Every 5 minutes.
you had to make yourself.
Just so you know, I went and I peed.
And even if we were talking, you came up to the booth and we were talking. It's not like he needed your attention. He would just tell you as he drove by and be like, "Look what I bought," or "I got this sign," and then he would just go on his merry way.
By the way, I peed again.
So Christina and I had this joke, and we would call him the Shark Boy because he was like circling us like a shark, not in like a harmful way, like in an innocent kid is having fun at a convention way. So then, as the day goes on, this is happening a lot, and Christina and I are like, wasn't he wearing something different? Like, wasn't his shirt different? And then again, it's happening whilst we're talking to other people, doing other things. So you're not really like 100% paying attention. But then it's like happening more. And we're like, wait, he just came by and the shirt was a different color. So we're again dealing with our, customers and hanging out and talking to people. And then all of a sudden you see two of them. And we're like, wait, okay, that's the gray shirt. Okay, that's the yellow shirt. I don't even remember what color shirts were, but they were very different. And then both of us kind of looked at each other and we're like, holy shit, they're twins. And it was wild. And then we realized then after that, you couldn't not see them. I think just the way we were, like the directions that we were facing in would be like, you'd only see him as he passed this way. So you weren't really like seeing the whole circle of the shark twins. There was two of them circling their prey, and their prey was us, to tell us about everything that they did. Yeah, it was insane. And I feel like it took us the whole ass day to realize there's two of them. And I just assumed maybe he had a shirt in his backpack, and he like, when I meet these people, I wear the gray shirt, and when I meet these people, I wear the yellow. Like,
or
I don't know.
I sweat through the yellow one. Now I'm going to put the gray one on.
Right. I just was not even thinking that there could be two of them. And then once we realized there was two of them, oh shit was on. It was like, then they were together and they would come at you together and just like,
you should have created like a tally and been like, yellow shirt, gray shirt.
Yeah. I mean, once we realized they were twins, I was like, my brain stopped imploding because I was just like, I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to say to them. And then we realized we didn't need to say anything. It was just them announcing. And they probably just announced it to everyone, like, of their excitement. But one thing I learned is be more observant, because it was really, once you realize they were twins, you're like, oh no, duh. Of course there was two of them. Why would someone change their shirt every 5 minutes? That's fucking weird.
Yeah, there's not any of those at cons at all.
What? People weird that are weird?
Weird people. No.
Listen, cons get a bad rap, and everything comes from something, right? Like, everyone is like, the nerds are crazy, they're weird, everybody smells bad. All of those things are true. It smells bad. We walked into Comic-Con, and I was walking down one aisle, and I was like telling Cameron, he's like, hurry up, walk. And I was like, I'm going to vomit.
Yeah.
Like, the smell is so bad.
You can't get close to certain people.
I don't know how we haven't established, like, in the goodie bag when you walk in, like, here's your badge, here's some deodorant. Let's just hand it out.
But did you see they had ads for Old Spice?
And
Old
it's
Spice,
like they had an activation. They had like a super. Was it? Yeah, it was Old Spice, not Axe. It was Old Spice.
Yeah.
They had some sort of activation. I'm like, why aren't you assholes in
here
at the front door?
They should just be handing out the little travel size ones.
Yes, the spray.
Or spraying people as they come in.
I carry deodorant in my bag. Like, I am
afraid
but
I don't.
Smelling that I have deodorant and maybe like 3 different travel size perfumes. Like, I get those travel ones and put my perfume in it.
Oh yeah.
Just in case. And I'll just be walking down and I'm like, spray. I have no shame. I'm like, I would rather see someone
smelling their pits.
Someone recognizing that I stink and I'm taking care of it in public than like walking and making people pass out because they smell so bad. So
True.
Another PSA, don't smell bad. Bring deodorant to the con. I don't know what, I got super distracted. I don't know where I was going.
Start talking about smelly people.
Oh yeah, it's an actual fact. It stinks in there. And people are weird. And I would say that is also correct. People are weird. We're weird. We're a little bit weird. I think that conventions bring out the sense of community in the sense of people feeling like, I can go to this, I can be myself, I can be weird, I can be a nerd. All within like respectful reason. Like, don't be creepy.
Yeah,
obviously.
Don't be creepy.
Don't be creepy. He's talking about the creepy weirdos. Yeah. But that happens. And I just feel like it's a lot of people that are socially awkward because they didn't have that sense of community. They didn't grow up being able to go to conventions and realize this is a safe space. And now in their adult years, they're trying to sort that out. So I think that comes with it. I think that if you know that you go in, just be patient, be kind with people, but also set boundaries. I think there's a little bit of both. You have to be able to be like, no, stop.
I always
go
feel
away.
bad when people come up and like say hi, like friends and stuff too.
Yeah.
And then like they don't realize, like I'll go on these like long talks. Like someone was like talking to me about a movie and I'm just like, let me tell you this. And then I went on like this whole thing and I'm like, oh, this poor person, I'm just talking to them.
Yeah, but you think that, but they probably were like super pumped because now they have.
I don't know. I saw the light leaving their eyes.
Oh, well.
And I just kept going.
So this is a PSA for you. Learn how to read the room.
Like, and here's why I don't like Ari Aster. 20 minutes later.
And when they say, okay, AJ, I
They're
gotta
like, okay,
go.
thank you. I gotta go. And I go, yes, but wait.
That's called a social cue. You need to learn to read those social cues. Okay, I have a bunch of other stories, but I feel like they're going to take too long. I have a stalker story, but maybe we do a stalker episode.
Let's do a stalker episode.
We'll do a stalker episode because this story is going to take like 15 minutes and it's good. It's got lots of juicy bits.
Yeah, let's do stalker episode.
I'll end with another socially awkward person. He wasn't called this. We called him this. He was called the "Can I pick you up" guy.
No, you can't.
Yeah, my answer every time was absolutely not. But we would see him at conventions. This was like over a decade ago, forever ago. But he would like come up to someone, whether you were like whoever, you could be in costume, you could be a celebrity, you could be whatever. The question was always, not like, hi, how are you? I'd like to take a photo with you. He would hold up his camera and say, can I pick you up?
Wait, he's holding his camera?
Like he wouldn't say like
for your reaction?
I'm Bob, can I take a photo with you? Can I pick you up? He didn't give any of that. He would just hold his camera as if to imply that I'm going to ask you for a photo without asking. And he would just say, can I pick you up? And I remember the first time he said it to me and I was like, absolutely not. I didn't say this, but in my mind, I'm like, that's a weird fucking thing to ask.
Yeah.
But then after seeing him at multiple conventions, being with other people and experiencing him ask other people, and people would be like, yeah, sure. Girls like half naked in their costumes, they'd be like, yeah. And then afterwards and that's exactly why he did it, because I'm sure he just got off on being able to like hold girls in photos, right? They're hot chicks and he's like, I get to touch their ass because I get to hold them in the photo, you know?
Or is it like a carnival trick and he like is like, ooh, I can guess your weight or your age?
He didn't give any other information. He didn't say anything else. He would just say, can I pick you up? And then you take the photo and then he would, well, he didn't take the photo. Did he have someone or did he just ask someone?
That's what I'm confused.
Yeah.
Why he had it. So he's holding his camera. He's not recording video, right? Because in my head, I'm thinking like, he's like getting your reaction of like, no, I won't,
and I
or
just
no,
look like an asshole
or
every
yes.
time. I don't think so. I think it was just
Would
him.
you say like, oh, I'm good, I'm afraid of heights?
No, I would say, I literally said the words absolutely not. And I was like, you could take a regular photo of me standing here.
Photo? He's like, yeah, but can I put my hand on your butt?
No. And then, I mean, to be fair, Squeaky Mouse gets the cheese because he never stopped asking.
Oh.
I still said absolutely not every time. But so many other people would just be like, yeah, I guess if I just fucking do it, he'll stop asking me. I'm like, no, he won't. He's going to see you next time and be like, hey, remember when you said yes? I'm going to ask you again.
Hey, guess what? We need our updated photo yearly.
So another PSA, don't let strangers pick you up in photos. Like,
that's weird.
No, it's weird. And then I feel like one person said yes and he was like, oh, yes.
Ooh, this is how it works. Although in my head, I will say, I don't know what this says about me, but when you're like, when you said that he wants, like he asks to pick people up. I thought it was just like arms around the waist and then pick up like this. I wasn't even thinking about the like.
That's even more weird.
Yeah.
Can I bear hug you?
Like, can I like you know, like one of those where you're like, oh,
like face to face. Oh my God. Can you imagine?
Nose touching.
No. That is a fuck.
I didn't realize you meant like this Superman style. I'm saving you.
I feel like in my mind, this is what it was. He had the camera as to insinuate that he's going to be asking for a photo, but didn't say that. And then would put his hands out like, can I pick you up? Right? Like, I feel like he insinuated it was a cradling situation.
He's like, please, sir, can I have some more?
And there was times where he would come in like this. Like, he would come up as if he was like about to touch you. I vividly remember being like, armbar, out, no, absolutely not. I haven't seen him for a long time, but
maybe he died.
Maybe. Maybe he picked someone up and like had a heart attack.
Maybe it's like a Harry Houdini situation. He picked someone up and it like busted his like whatever.
Some sort of organ.
Yeah.
And it just flew out of the side. I don't know. I don't hope.
That or his arms fell off. He was like this and then just his arms on the ground and his sockets are out and his shirt is ripped.
Wow.
He picked up one too many.
His arms fell off. I mean, we could only hope. I mean, I hope he's fine and well and not picking up strangers at conventions anymore. I feel like it was also a time where people could get away with stuff like that. I feel like now if you ask people that, they'd be like, get the fuck out of here. Like,
yeah,
why
I feel
like
it's more well known of like the boundaries that people do have and should have.
Sometimes. So yeah, I mean, we've had a lot of fun, crazy experience at cons. I think this will be a revolving door of episodes because we're always doing events like this.
Yep. 2 are coming up.
Yes, Midsummer Scream is
August 15th to the 17th.
And what else?
Creep IE.
Oh, Creep IE is in September.
September 5th to the 7th.
We will have a booth at Midsummer Scream. Basically right when you walk, we're in the same spot that we're always in.
Do you know who's going to be at Midsummer Scream?
Who?
Henry Winkler.
Oh, yeah. He's so sweet. We met him at a con.
I want to meet him so bad.
Where were we?
Henry Winkler, please
Some
let me
other
meet
state.
you.
It was in Canada.
I think. The
Vancouver. We were at a Canadian fan expo show, and we were like our booths were like right next to each other, and he was exactly what you imagined. And he's doing a new show. I forget what channel it's on, where he's talking about like it's like a history show talking about weird shit. And there was a commercial, and he talks about lawn darts. Remember who did the episode? And like lawn darts.
We talked about lawn darts too.
Dangerous toys. Yeah. Yes. Watch his show.
He was on Barry. Perfection on Barry. Oh my gosh, I love Barry so much.
He's very, very sweet. If you ever get an opportunity to meet Henry Winkler, whatever his price is for an autograph.
Oh, I'm doing that at Midsummer Scream. I can tell you that much. I'm going to pull out a brand new Scream for him to sign.
Oh,
not even
Henry
he deserves
Winkler.
his own cover.
He gets his own.
Yeah,
no one else is touching it.
No one's touching it.
So maybe we'll have to follow up after Midsummer Scream, and AJ's going to give her experience of how that went.
I'm going to hold it up to the camera like this.
And she's not going to talk. It's just going to be the whole episode of her in silence.
50 minutes of me holding it to the cam.
So that will do it for this episode of Let's Get Spooky. Make sure to go to the website, letsgetspooky.com. You can see all of our past episodes and subscribe on all of our socials as well. And don't forget to
Stay spooky.